Hi, welcome to Myers ASMR. I'm so glad to see you. I'm always glad to see you. Hey, shake off that stress and that mess. It wasn't personal. It happened for a reason, to progress you and to help you understand what you do prefer. It happened for a reason, to serve you, to progress you, and to help you understand what you do prefer. And this good old potato salad that I made is what I do prefer at this moment. Look at that. All fresh and from scratch. Made by me. Vinegar is that secret sauce. So good. So when I have an ingredient or an item, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this? Usually the first place I go is emeralds.com, because over the years I have found that his recipes just turn out great. And I've been making his cilantro potato salad for many years now. And it uses very few ingredients and it's just great. And Emeralds himself encourages taking it up a notch, which I always do. Anything that's on the ingredients list, I always just add extra cilantro, extra onions, extra black pepper, extra garlic. And I threw in some things which were not a part of the recipe, such as chopped celery, a little chopped pickle, and even the vinegar. I don't think he had that in the recipe. And if I had known before I made it that my boyfriend was going to back out of our beach trip, I would have added even more garlic and celery. And I even added some red wine vinaigrette just to give it some flavor. And that made a big difference. so good. You like my hairpiece? I have to figure out this side. I mean, it's synthetic, so it's not gonna lay quite like human, but I think for the camera, it looks divine. It reminds me of those 60s girl groups, like the Supremes, right? That was a piece of onion shell. You know, that outer, whatever it is, the outer part of the onion that you're supposed to peel off. Actually, I did peel it off, but then there was another layer. Some parts. That second layer is kind of hard. So I started watching the new season of Emily in Paris. They must have gotten a new stylist because I thought the clothes were much better in the previous seasons. I should have added more cilantro. That was divine. And a little goes a long way. So just a bowl of potato salad and you could be full for a while. This is just straight up plain peppermint tea. Actually, I did add a couple of hibiscus leaves, dried hibiscus. Because that's what I do. entrenched in it when I was a bartender. I mean, I wasn't a drinker. I think I drink more now, actually. But see, I'm like this. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to study it. I'm going to research it. I'm going to take classes, and that's what I did. I got a bartending certificate. I studied drinks when I would go out to places. I would have the bartender. I would give the bartender the recipe card because for school we had to memorize how to make popular drinks. And one of the easiest way to do that was just put it on index cards. You know, on one side you'd have the name of the drink, and on the other side you have how to make it. So when I would go out, sometimes I would just hand the card to the bartender. Say, can you make this, please? You know, because I wanted to know how the school recipe tasted. So instead of them just making it off of their memory or whatever recipe they chose, I wanted to know how the school said it should taste, so I would know for myself. You know, it's like a chef. You gotta know how your food tastes. So I did that a few times, and I got to get a taste of things because I wasn't a drinker. That's the thing. I just did it for the social life. But when I used to go out heavily, I wasn't drinking because I had no desire for it. I was eating. As you can see, I'm an eater. I love to eat. So I'd be super psyched and excited about trying new dishes on the menu. That was my thing. The alcohol was just something that was there. That was for other people to imbibe in. But I did want to bartend for the social aspect. So anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about this. Look, it's a good job. I made more money bartending than I did at any other job, you know. But that was then, this is now. I'm glad that I do what I do. You know, I mean, I do have a couple of college degrees, so I wanted to work in my field, but I needed that bartending, what do you call it, detour, whatever, and I'm so glad I did. It taught me a lot about human nature, and it's just, I'm just the type of person who likes variety, so. But if you're someone who can't control your drinking and you're like a fiend for alcohol, you probably don't want to bartend because there's just too many opportunities to imbibe. So, I mean, I did try things. I used to mix things just so I could see what I want to make for the customer, but that was it. Once I tried a few things, I was done. Okay, I know what that tastes like. That's it, you know. Anyways, got off on that tangent. Honestly, if my job allowed us to bartend, I would do it on the weekends. I mean, it is physically demanding, and it can be long hours, and then you have to clean up and close and count money, so, and you get home late. I mean, I guess that's fine for a young person. I mean, a lot of old people do it too. You know, we got those veterans in the business. I got into it at 40, so that was a good age for me actually, because, you know, I had a lot of just worldly wisdom mode of behavior, a way that I wanted to carry myself. So I didn't fall into a lot of the traps. I didn't sleep with anybody. That was one of my main rules going into it, that I was not going to sleep with any customers or co-workers. And I didn't, honestly, I didn't find, look, these were really young. I was working with 20-somethings, so, it just felt like they were my kids. And when I'm working, I'm so compartmentalized. Like, I'm so regimented to be professional. I don't want to give any appearance of impropriety. So it was pretty much impossible anyways for me to get that interested in somebody, because I just compartmentalize myself when I'm at work. I'm working, it's strictly platonical. It's just no attraction. I did see a few people, but nope. So, yeah, it's not that bad. You just gotta choose the right bars. I worked at the airport, so I was already dealing with a clientele of a different echelon. It costs a lot of money to fly. So most of these people, were in a certain economic status anyways. I would say a lot of them were educated and they were frequent flyers, a lot of business people. So they didn't go there to get drunk and messed up and tore up, so that wasn't really an issue since most of them were getting on a plane. They knew they had to stay nice. Anyways, hey, it's that time in the video when I focus on getting better and better every day in every way with the help of my people skills book. So let's pick up where we left off. So we're on the listening skills chapter. Listening skills, he says listening is more than merely hearing. Listening is more than merely hearing. Listening defined. It is helpful to note the distinction between hearing and listening. Hearing, says Professor John Drakeford, is a word used to describe the physiological sensory processes by which auditory sensations are received by the ears and transmitted to the brain. Listening, on the other hand, refers to a more complex psychological procedure involving interpreting and understanding the significance of the sensory experience. In other words, I can hear what another person is saying without really listening to him. A teenager put it this way: my friends listen to what I say, but my parents only hear me talk. I recall a time when I was talking with someone who seemed to ignore everything I said. "You're not listening to me," I accused. "Oh, yes, I am," he said. He then repeated word for word what I had told him. He heard exactly, but he wasn't listening. He didn't understand the meanings I was trying to convey. Perhaps you have had a similar experience and know how frustrating it can be to be heard accurately by someone who isn't listening with understanding. The distinction between merely hearing and really listening is deeply embedded in our language. The word listen is derived from two Anglo-Saxon words. One word is alistan, which means hearing. The other is losinian, which means to wait in suspense. Listening, then, is the the other person says, and a suspenseful waiting, and intense psychological involvement with the other. Well, think on that. Think on that. Just checking off where I'm going to pick up the next time. Is this a cute style? I just switched my phone service so I could have my Wi-Fi and phone under the same company. So I got this Google Pixel phone, and I tend to keep my phones for a long time. I mean, years and years, until they pretty much just stop working. And that was gonna be my plan with my Samsung Galaxy. But the new company, they don't have my phone, or they're not compatible with the phone that I currently have. So I just got the cheapy phone that they recommended. Yeah, I'm not like really that technically. I don't want to say I'm not savvy, because honestly, in this day and age, you are forced to deal with technology. Like, you just have to know how to use things, and especially for work. But I would say I don't call myself a techie. So I said, yeah, this Google Pixel phone looks good, sound, whatever, I'll take it. So now I'm setting it up, and I just want to say, man, between the last time I got a new phone and now, technology has, it's changed and improved. The what do you call it? The charging cord is different. Like, the one that they gave me, I can only plug it into the computer because I guess I would need a new adapter thing to plug it in, because it has a different, I don't know what you call these things, but both ends of the cord kind of look the same. And at first I thought it was a mistake. I'd never seen that kind of cord before. I'm used to one end looking like, that USB. It's a bigger square part, and then you have the skinny part that goes into the phone. Well, this new cord, both ends are that little skinny thing. So anyways, luckily my laptop has that port, but I guess I'm gonna have to get that new adapter thing so I can take it on the go and use it at work. I don't want to plug my phone into my work computer, that's for sure. But yeah, it's an Android phone. It's just so much that has changed. And I remember when I was with T-Mobile, and I could just go into the store and they would put the new SIM card into the new phone. But now you can just do it online. So I'm still in the process of setting it up. I'm probably still gonna have to move over my old, actually I got an SD card. Yeah, so the SIM card, which is great, you can do that online. But I think I got a 120 gigabyte SD card, and I gotta figure out how to put that over in a new phone. I'm like, I just texted my boyfriend, help me please. Has anybody come across these issues? Is anybody switching from the Samsung Galaxy to the Google Pixel? I think it's Google Pixel 9. Like, just give me some quick tips, because I got things to do. Trying to read all of this stuff. Like, oh God. But hey, remember that it happened for a reason, to serve you, to progress you, and to help you